This is Ed from the Pixel Tunes Radio Video Game Music Podcast. You're listening to Two Dudes and a Ness.
Hey, Justin.
What's up, man?
I have been playing Mario Maker like crazy.
And I have been super jealous of everybody playing Mario Maker like crazy.
Yeah. So, I thought the best thing we could do for you is to just sit here and talk about Mario Maker for a while and just make you even more jealous.
Exactly. That is probably a horrible idea.
We're just trying to get you on board, man.
I know, and it's coming soon, I told you.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. But before we get to that, I just wanted to beef a little bit about old Tennessee
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
I know we've got at least one other Vol out there.
That's what I was about to say. So, yeah. Epic collapse.
I don't even know what to say. Biggest loss of lead in history or something like that?
Yeah, biggest lead loss in history of Neyland Stadium. We've got one record down here.
One down and plenty to go.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can break that this year.
You know, I don't want to get down on them. Everybody's like, don't get down on them. But, it's just so tiring. I don't want to go 6-6 every year and get Tax Slayer Bowl. We give out rings for the Tax Slayer Bowl this year.
Really?
And, if I'm a player, I'm going to take that to the pawn shop and get my $20 for it. Immediately.
If that.
Yeah. Would you even wear that?
No.
Tax. Oh, what's that ring from? Were you national champions? No, Tax Slayer Bowl.
Well, see, this I worry though, and this goes on a whole different tangent that we don't really need to go down. But I worry that the players are almost an entire different generation from us now. At this point, right? They're the generation that grew up with trophies for participation. So,
oh yeah,
I'm worried that they're going to take these rings and be like, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And look, here's and hopefully they take it and learn from it and, go on a tear now. But the way that second half played out, it was like, people were critical of Philip Fulmer and Derek Dooley for being passive when they got a lead. And get 2-touchdown lead and become very passive. And that's what we did, in my opinion. We just became very passive, and our offense stuttered.
Just like afraid to do anything wrong. Because we've got a 17-point lead. We're afraid to do anything wrong, so let's not really do anything.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's just not the way you can play football anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, so, moving on. Yeah. Hopefully the Vols will pick it up.
Yeah. Speaking of pick it up, you got a pretty good pickup this week.
Mario Maker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a segue. Get that.
Yeah. Nice. I do want to go off on one other tangent.
Oh boy.
We just recorded an episode with those Tadpog guys, right?
Yeah.
We tried to record an episode, and I emphasize tried to record an episode about the adult NES games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just spiraled out of control into a bunch of other things.
Tangents.
A bunch of tangents.
Ill repute.
Yeah. So it's a hilarious episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
I listened to it on the way to work the other day, and I could not stop laughing. But it is also very not family friendly.
Yeah, and if you listen to their show, you know what we're talking about because they don't really hold back.
Right, and we told them not to hold back, Right. But with that being said, Justin and I thought that this would make the perfect first Patreon exclusive episode.
Yeah.
So that we're not putting it in our main feed. Sorry to those of you who don't donate to us on Patreon, but it's a little too much for our main feed. But that does mean that the Patreon donors are finally getting their first exclusive content.
Mm-hmm.
So the smut goes behind the paywall.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll just keep this one clean.
It's like the curtain in the video games or the video store.
Yeah, exactly. If that curtain had an admission fee.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Let's not go any further. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Mario Maker.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, please.
I picked it up Friday, right?
Yeah.
Friday morning because I don't know. I knew it was going to be popular. I was afraid it was going to be sold out. Right.
Did you pick up any of the amiibos?
I did. The only one that was left at 7:45 in the morning or whenever I went was Dr. Mario.
Wow.
Everything else had been sold out already.
Wow.
So much for that.
I'd like to have Dr. Mario.
Well, there were plenty of Dr. Marios,
Yeah.
actually. So, and Target probably had 25 Dr. Marios.
Oh wow.
Still left when I got there. So
maybe I can still pick one up.
Yeah, I have a feeling Dr. Mario will be maybe not plentiful, but there'll be enough for.
Yeah, but for me, I would really like to have Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, I don't. And I can edit this out, but you know we're off air. So we're not recording this. So.
Well, hopefully we won't need it.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Audacity's going, so.
Mine is too. And we're live!
All right. We've already started the show if anybody's watching live, although no one, I'm sure, is, but.
You just missed all of the tangent talk at the beginning. So
right.
We haven't really got into Dr. Mario. We haven't really got into Super Mario Maker yet. So
we've got into Dr. Mario, but not Super Mario Maker.
Yeah. We got into Dr. Mario a little bit, but not Super Mario Maker.
Right. So anyway, I'm going to try to pick up the Dr. Mario. I would really, and a lot of our G-Padders got it. I would like to get that 8-bit Mario.
Yes, and big shout out to Douglas Dalecki Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He picked an extra one up and sold it to me for pretty much face value. So thank you, Doug. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
So he's going to send that my way, and I do appreciate
awesome.
that.
Yeah. So you got it Friday morning.
Mm-hmm. I had to work all day.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had to work all day.
Oh. No.
So I couldn't play anything with it until I got home. And then I got home. We had to eat supper. It's almost like Christmas, you open presents, but then you got to hang out with the family. Yeah. So I had to eat supper, and then we had to plant some mums before it got dark.
You're just like standing there with your foot's just tapping. It's like, oh god. Oh man.
My wife really wanted to plant the mums, though. So I had promised her, not in a moment of forgetfulness that Super Mario Maker was coming out. I had promised her that Friday we would plant some mums.
Mm-hmm.
So we planted some mums, and then finally we come in, stick the game in. It's got an update, of course. And fire it up, and it's just, for the rest of the night, minus a storm in which I had to turn the game off for a moment, it was all Mario Maker all night long. And I started by making some simple levels and letting Amber play them, just because I just wanted to get my feet wet, and I didn't want her to be bored, which she eventually was. But
yeah, regardless.
She's not a gamer, but she,
right.
I made her some simple levels that she could play, and she played them. It was fun for about 15, 20 minutes, and then she was done.
Yeah.
But it was Mario Maker all night Friday for me. And then to yesterday, what is today? Sunday? Saturday. I had this 6-hour exam I had to go take and couldn't play the game, and then I had to deliver Amber up to Gatlinburg for a bachelorette party and couldn't play. And then the UT game was on, so I didn't even start playing last night until about 10:30.
Oh wow!
So I haven't really got my fill of the game yet.
Well, a lot of the D-padders I've been checking out on Facebook. Been already building levels and sharing them with everybody. There's some Retro Junkies Super Show levals. Brandon Long put up.
There's some Nintendo Quest levels from Rob McCallum.
Right.
There's actually, I've done 3 Two Dudes in an S levels, and I'm working on number 4. It's not been uploaded yet, but
yeah. Now, have you made any levels that you yourself cannot beat yet?
no. That's the cool thing about Super Mario Maker is they won't let you make a level that's unbeatable. So in order to upload it, you have to beat it.
Right.
So
you have to personally beat it.
You personally have to beat it before you can upload it.
Oh.
So you can make, you can try to make an impossible level, but you can't upload it unless you can beat it. So that's a cool little thing that they've done to where you can't upload just completely impossible levels.
Right. Well, I read that Rob said it's something, I have to look it up, but it's hilarious. It's something about taking an hour to beat his own level that he created. So,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. I'll tell you, I played one of Rob's levels. It was pretty tricky, but I did eventually beat it. Of course, I beat all my levels. Mm-hmm. Of course, I tried to make mine of a medium difficulty, not an impossible difficulty. But last night, I was trying to wind down, so I was playing a few levels instead of creating. It was probably about midnight, and I go to one of Mason Kramer's levels. And you know, Mason Kramer's the big Super Mario Bros. 3 record holder, and
yeah.
I think he holds a few other records and stuff. So I'm looking through his levels, and I see one where only one of like 300 and something attempts has been beaten, right? So I was like, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to try it. It was called Articulation, if anyone wants to look it up. You can search it. I think there's a search function. That's one of the... we'll get into that here in a minute, but that's one of the things I'm not super big fan of is the search function. It's a little wonky. Anyways, so I go to play Mason's level, and it's about 12, and it takes me probably a good hour and a half. An hour and a half, maybe 3 broken controllers and a few bruised knuckles, but I eventually beat it. And it's because, you know, he knows the ins and outs of these things, so he knows exactly where he can place things to make it super frustrating for you and almost impossible almost impossible to beat. So I did eventually beat it. I'm pretty proud of that because there's only 2 people that have beaten his level, and so he's got like a completion. It shows your completion percentage on each level.
Yeah.
And so the completion percentage for that level is like 0.33%.
And you're part of this.
And I'm part of that. So that's something that's really cool also about Mario Maker that I like is when you play levels, it gives you a little flag if you beat them, right? And then it shows you the percentage of people that have beat it. And it shows you the number of times it's been played and the number of deaths on the level. And it shows you actually where the majority of the deaths occur. So you can kind of see where most other people are dying and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you beat a level that's got a really low percent completion, you feel really, you got this sense of pride.
Right. That's pretty cool. So I found that Rob McCallum quote. It says, created 4 levels in Mario Maker, and one thing is clear. My creation ambitions far exceed my ability to play, LOL. Not sure if it's frustrating or fun to spend an hour trying to clear your own level.
Nice. Yeah. I could see that happening fairly easily. What's really nice though is in the levels that you create, you can start from anywhere. So like, there's one particular part that's kind of frustrating. You can place your Mario down there and try to beat it over and over again. See, and you can work out little tricks here and there to try to figure out, should this be moved slightly to make it a little bit easier, or should it be moved slightly to make it a little harder? And I just this morning, when I fired it up this morning, I unlocked the ability, and you unlock things as you go, right? So the more you create, the more you unlock to be able to use to create, right?
Right.
And so this morning I unlocked the Mario Trail, which is as you're editing, when you play as Mario and you run and jump, it shows his trail, like where he goes.
Right.
So you can actually run and jump as far as you can and just die in the lava or something, right? And then go back to edit and then put the land right underneath as far as you can see where Mario went.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's a really cool feature.
Yeah, this seems like they spent, I don't know, how long did they take to create this game?
I don't know. I don't really know how long it was in development. It could have been in development since the beginning of the Wii U, really. And they just not talk about it. So it could have been in development for years now.
Yeah.
But the more I play it, the more I think that they just thought of everything.
Right.
It's just so simple to create a level.
And I wonder how much of it was actually like... I wonder... This is probably not true, but if like they took elements of their own creation, like things like that Mario Trail sounds like something that they may have developed in order to develop Mario games.
Yeah, I would be curious about that myself. I mean, obviously this is not how they designed the games. They didn't create. This isn't like their development kit that they used to design games, but I wonder if there's certain elements of this that they've used in the past, like that Mario Trail thing would make sense that they would use that.
Right.
They probably wouldn't have to control Mario like we do and run and jump and then see how far he went because they've got the physics engine and stuff, right? So they would probably just be able to put that on the screen and just see how far he goes.
Right. Or they're just way smarter than us and they do it. They know how far
they just
can jump.
Oh, I'm sure they're way smarter.
The programming and everything, yeah. I'm sure they don't use anything as rudimentary as this, but it is interesting.
Yeah. Another thing that's really cool is that you have 4 different Mario games in this game, right? Mm. You've got Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros.
Right.
But they're not just skins. They are... Basically, the physics of the game are spot on and accurate as far as I can tell. I don't get way down to the nitty gritty, but the games, all 4 of the games feel like they do when you have the actual games, right?
Right.
And the abilities are for each game. So if you want to make a Super Mario Brothers 1 level, it's Super Mario Brothers 1, right? You have the abilities from Super Mario Brothers 1. You have the look, the feel. And then the same thing goes for Super Mario World. You get the look, the feel, all that stuff. It all feels like that game. So,
right. That's really cool. They didn't include 2.
No.
Didn't want to...
Not yet. Maybe they will. Maybe they will eventually.
Yeah.
You never know. DLC.
Right.
I think 2 would be a little strange, a little difficult to do in this same vein.
Yeah, you gotta include the different characters, different attributes, and everything.
Yeah.
So,
although on that note, there are skins in this game for your amiibo, right? So if you have the amiibo, you can, when you're creating a level and you put the amiibo on the gamepad, you can make a question block, just like you get a mushroom from, and you get what's called a mystery mushroom. And you can put your amiibo down and make the mystery mushroom as a costume for Mario. I don't know if I made enough sense there. But say you got the Dr. Mario, right?
He becomes Dr. Mario?
Yeah, he becomes Dr. Mario.
Ooh.
And they've taken every single amiibo, and plus the ones that aren't even out yet, I think, because there's 99 of them. It shows you a little screen of the ones that you have, and there's 99 on that screen. I've only got a fraction of that, but so it shows you all of them, and they've actually taken every single amiibo and made an 8-bit version of that character.
What's the so like I wonder what like an 8-bit Dr. Mario looks like. That'd be interesting.
He looks. I've looked at him. I mean, I've uploaded all mine into the game. 8-bit Dr. Mario. He just looks like 8-bit Dr. Mario. I mean,
yeah,
just like you would imagine. He's just got a little white lab coat on,
Yeah.
But they've actually modeled them to where they run and they do all these different things. Like when you put the Sonic amiibo on there.
Yeah.
And you get Sonic. I mean, it's like an 8-bit Sonic, and he runs like Sonic, and when you jump, he does a spin in the air. I've been making the joke this whole time that if Super Mario Maker if you put that Sonic amiibo on there, it's the best Sonic game we've had in like 15 years.
Yeah, it's only good when it's Nintendo 8-bit Sonic.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you can do. There's tons of characters. You can do. There's Link from Zelda. There's Zelda. You know. There's Pac-Man. There's Mega Man. I played a level done by D-Patter Ryan. His last name's escaping me, and I'm sorry, Ryan. But D-Patter Ryan, he made a level that was an underwater level, and it was called Invincible Mega Man. And at the very beginning, you get the ability to be Mega Man and a star. So you turn invincible, and then you swim through the level, and he's consistently giving you stars the whole time so that you stay invincible. And it looks like the Bubble Man stage, sort of, from Mega Man 2, because it's got the little spikes everywhere. Yeah. And so you're swimming through these spikes, and you're invincible, and you can knock out the bad guys. So that was really neat. I thought that was neat what he did.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I would have to go buy it.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess I could go ahead and get into a few of a little bit of the complaints that I've had and that I've heard other people have had. It's a little bit difficult to find the stages when you're trying to find stages. The best thing I've found to do is to follow people. You can follow people, and as they create stages, you can play their stages. So you can just go to them and look at everything they've made. Yeah. So I've tried to follow everybody in the Two Dudes in an S Facebook group so that I can play their stages. And I've tried to beat all the ones I've played. The only one I haven't beat is the one that Dude Sean did, and that was a Steam World Dig level where it's nothing but breakable blocks, and you can turn into Big Mario and just bust through the blocks. It was pretty neat. But I couldn't beat it because I kept getting stuck. Because I couldn't get Sometimes I could, but sometimes I couldn't become Big Mario because it was hard to get the mushroom. But anyways, I've been trying to play those levels. But if you're wanting to just search a type of level or something like that, there's no real ability to do that.
Oh.
Yeah. And Nintendo, they'd have like a featured section and an up-and-coming section where you can... I don't know how they're picking them, but they're usually pretty decent levels in there. And then they've also kind of got this random mode called 100 Mario Challenge or something, where you get 100 lives and you have to beat so many levels or something like that. Or maybe you get 10 lives, you have to beat 100 levels.
Oh, really?
Something like that. And they're just kind of a random subset of levels that they pick for you.
Yeah, but I can see that they would probably improve this search.
Yeah, I think it's going to improve over time with some updates and stuff. I think as people are... I mean, it was available to the review people, right?
Right.
For a month or so before it came out. So they had a little bit of feedback there. But ultimately, it's not been released to the public yet, so it's kind of hard for them to get a lot of feedback on how the online structure's working. So hopefully they'll kind of upgrade that a little bit as we go.
Yeah. You know... I watched a video. It was on Facebook where Facebook had a competition. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm. The hackathon or whatever it is.
Yeah, for the who could create the best level, and then they graded them. They had 3 judges essentially grade them. But the funniest part of that video was they said time's up, but the lady had to personally go to like each person and say like, put your controller down, stop. So it's like anarchy there for a minute.
Yeah, nope. They're just having too much fun.
Yeah, nope, not putting it down. Put your controller down. That would be really cool to do. Like if you had like a way to like competitions to where everybody got in the same place and had to try to, build a level in a certain amount of time, and then see who created the best level.
Yeah, I would love to figure out, and we may do this. Maybe we wait till you have it as well. I would love to do some kind of a contest in our Facebook group or something. Who can make the best level, or maybe we could, or maybe you and I could make some levels, and the first person to beat all of them or something, win something.
Right.
Or who can make the best level win something like that. That's the,
right.
Those would be cool things to do, because this game, this is probably the closest thing that we would ever come to NES, create your own NES game, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I'm not going to be able to create one.
no, I'm not yet. I mean, I know some people out there can, but it's not me. It's not me.
Right. Yeah, we needed two dudes amiibo so you could play as the two dudes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Like to add an element that you could like create your own character, kind of like the
like a me.
Yeah, like a me, and then play as yourself through the Mario level.
I would do it. You know, they do have me amiibos coming out soon. So
yeah,
maybe that's a possibility. Maybe when you scan the me amiibo in, it scans in your me.
Yeah,
I could see that. I could see that happening. That'd be pretty neat.
Sweet. Little tangent here.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the fair the other night, Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they had a fun house that was called Mario Land, and it was based on Mario.
Mm-hmm. And then they got sued.
No,
by
it
Nintendo?
It wasn't open. We couldn't do it.
Oh.
I was aggravated.
They got shut down by Nintendo's lawyers.
Probably.
No, it wasn't Mario. It wasn't actually Mario, the Nintendo Mario. It was just Mario, just some Italian plumber guy.
Some Italian guy. Yeah, it's funny. Like it's a blatant knockoff. Like it's Mario, but he doesn't have the M on his hat or and he doesn't have a mustache or something. Just ridiculous, like little things that make him not Mario.
He's like got a little goatee instead.
Yeah. That'd be funny. You know how like if you go to New York, they have all these knockoff things,
mm-hmm.
and you buy amiibos there, but they're like, you can tell they're blatant knockoffs. Like it's just like an action figure glued to something, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
So, other complaints that I've heard is this, like, I've heard people say, well, I've played ROM hacks. I've played tons and tons of ROM hacks. So why would I even bother I mean, and those people make way better Mario levels than, your average Joe. And there's plenty of Mario games out there that where Nintendo's created levels that are way better than levels that your average Joe could create, right?
Right.
And that's a complaint I hear. And I hear that from people who have not played this game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not going to be able to put it into words, what it's like and how it's different from what I just described, but it is. Like, when you pick it up and play it, and you start kind of creating your own level, and you kind of, it's interesting because you know, as a level creator, right? You know the ins and outs of how the levels are created, right?
Right.
And then you see levels that people have created, and you think, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how they did that, right?
Right.
I don't know how they got those things exactly the way they are.
Right.
Like there's some crazy. I could have swore and I may have been in. I stayed up pretty late last night, so I may have been in some kind of a late night, no sleep stupor. But I swear I played a level last night where you are on this conveyor belt and a Taylor Swift song is playing. Based on like the way that things are hitting like the musical blocks and things, because you can I haven't got this far yet, but eventually once you unlock everything, you can make music in the game by changing the pitch of the music blocks and stuff. I swear I heard a Taylor Swift song last night while I was playing.
No, that was just your stereo. You were just listening to your Taylor Swift CD.
Well, I do. I do go to sleep to 1989 every night, so maybe it's just a little subliminal slippage.
Right. You're just mixing the two things. Your nightly Taylor Swift listening and Mario Maker.
Yeah, right.
So.
That's another thing people complain about, Taylor Swift, but until you really listen, you really can't complain.
You cannot judge.
Yeah.
You cannot judge if you don't know.
Right. I think that's one of her songs, right? Can't judge if you don't know.
If it's not, it should be.
That'll be on the 1990 album.
Right. So, That's interesting. I didn't know that you could like change the music and things like that. That's really
cool. I haven't gotten to play around with that yet because what they're doing is they're staggering your unlocks.
Right.
So it's either each day you can unlock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you play for at least 5 minutes a day, every day you get more things to use on your level.
Right.
Up to like 10 days or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you unlock everything. Some people complained about that, so Nintendo did update it so that if you create for a really long period of time, or I don't know what the stipulations are now, but if you create for long periods of time or create a bunch of levels or something, then the delivery truck which shows up, it arrives early. So there's that. So you can get it early. I haven't really gotten it early because, like I said, I haven't been able to play as much as I want. But I've seen where some people have already unlocked a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Currently, I only have New Super Mario Brothers and Original Super Mario Brothers as my stuff that I can use. And then I've got the regular level, the water level, a castle, and an underground level. Those are the things I have unlocked. So they stagger the unlocks. So I haven't been able to mess around with the music stuff all that much yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Well, I guess since you haven't got 8-bit Mario Amiibo yet.
No, it's.
But do you know what
in
it
the mail.
creates?
Doesn't it create like a giant version of Mario or something?
Yeah, it creates a big mushroom that makes Mario giant while giving enemies mustaches. That's probably the greatest feature I've ever heard.
I did not know about the mustaches.
Bowser with a mustache.
That's really funny. The something that is kind of neat is if you scan in there's a Mario amiibo, right?
Right.
And I thought, okay, you scan that in, nothing's going to happen. But if you scan in the Mario amiibo, it makes the costume that you get is a modern coloring of the original Mario. So instead of brown pants, he gets blue pants.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's still 8-bit. Right.
Still 8-bit, yeah. Still 8-bit.
Huh.
I think the amiibos only work on 8-bit. I don't think they work on the other versions.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It says costumes can be unlocked through the 100 Mario challenge with 100 total costumes available.
Okay. All right. So you don't actually have to have the amiibos.
Yeah. So you can unlock them, apparently, through the 100 Mario challenge.
I haven't actually messed with the 100 Mario challenge yet. So.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though, that you can create those challenges.
The other thing that I thought was neat, speaking of music, is when you're creating the level, it's playing the music from the game, right? So do 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 or whatever. As you're laying things, they lay down in the sound like to the tune of the song. So like you can kind of lay down things in rhythm.
Ooh.
It's hard to explain
Yeah.
without actually experiencing it. But as you're laying things down, they lay down to the tune of the song that's playing for the level. Also, when you lay down things, there's this little voice that sings kind of to the tune of the level. It sings what you're laying down. So like if you lay down a question block, it kind of sings question block to the tune of the level. I just thought that was hilarious.
I'm looking at a picture right now of 8-bit Yoshi. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about the game. I love the little amiibos, putting little costumes on them. Like I created a level, Two Dudes in an S level 1-2 is a underground level where, and I'll admit that the levels that I've uploaded, not a lot of people have liked for some reason. I don't know. I'm still working on it. I haven't got any stars on them yet or anything.
Yeah, right.
But the level 1-2 that I created, you go through the level and you get to the end, and it's blocked off so that you can't get to the flag. It's an underground level, but you get a mushroom, so then you have to go back to the beginning where I allowed you to break through the blocks.
Yeah.
And you can go up and break through the blocks. But then you can go right and drop down and get to the flag, right? Or you can go left. And if you go all the way left, you can turn into Link and then go all the way right.
Ooh.
It's like a little sneaky little trick.
A little Easter egg.
Yeah. Although I've been trying to use coins as kind of a guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't really know, because it's hard to know to go left, right? So I tried to put coins there to let you know, hey, you may want to go over here.
Right. That's cool. So this game, like, as far as the ratings go for the reviews, is pretty darn good. EGM rated at 9.5 out of 10. GameSpot at 9 out of 10. Game Informer a 9 out of 10. IGN a 9 out of 10. So it's getting some very good reviews.
I would give it a 10 out of 10 myself. Yeah? I haven't played it enough yet, though, to really stamp that down. But so far, I really have no complaints.
It would go downhill?
Do I think it could go downhill?
Your review of the game?
I guess it could if like I got bored with it or something. I think it's really going to depend on the levels that people create.
Mm-hmm. It seems like this is a game that it'd be really hard to get bored with, though, because you can just change it.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. If here's the thing: if you are a fan of Mario, then this game's a 10 out of 10 because you get unlimited Mario.
Right.
You will never run out of Mario because even if people stop creating Mario, you can create Mario yourself.
Right.
So you will never ever run out of Mario to play. Mario 1, 3, World, or New Super Mario Bros. You'll never run out of it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Does it not sound?
Huh?
Does it not sound pretty awesome?
It does. This was maybe not a good idea for me to do because now I'm just gonna have to go get it now.
Hey, so there's one other thing that I noticed this morning, and I don't know. I could probably talk about this game forever, right? But there's one thing that I noticed this morning when I turned on the game and was just messing around, just because I didn't want to do a whole lot. I didn't have a lot of time because I woke up like 8, and I didn't want to like get stuck playing and not come here and miss the show or whatever.
Right.
But I was messing around. I was reading. There's an online instruction manual, right?
Yeah. That
you can look at. It's just in the game. Okay, and I was looking through it, and if you go into the Q&A section of the online manual, down at the bottom, like the last few questions in the Q&A section of the manual, there's 2 questions that I laughed out loud at, right? Okay. So it's like, just like a FAQ or whatever, a facts section of anything. There's like frequently asked questions by people, and then there's Nintendo's response, right? So the first one of the 2 at the bottom is, I had an awful day today.
Nice.
And Nintendo's response is something like, cheer up, buckaroo, or something. It's hilarious. And then the next one is, I can't stand Brussels sprouts.
Nice. Nice.
And Nintendo's response is something like, now, does that have anything to do with this game?
Should have been like, well, you should eat them anyway because they're a healthy choice.
Yeah. So I won't read all of what it says, but you can if you have the game, go read the manual. It's funny.
Yeah. The only way I like Brussels sprouts is if they're like smothered in bacon, which pretty much takes away the healthy aspect of them.
Yeah, that's okay. The other thing, and this is something you and Prince will appreciate. Not Prince the singer.
Prince the cat.
Prince the cat. When you're creating a level on the you create your levels on the gamepad, right? But if you have it on the TV, the person on the TV can watch you.
Yeah.
But when you lay things down, it shows a hand move up and lay it down on the screen. Like on the TV screen, it shows a hand, like a cartoon hand, laying things down. Okay. Well, this is something that I just stumbled across last night when I was doing this. And this may be just a late night stupor, but I think this one's real. When you click down on the thumbstick, that hand turns into a cat paw.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's pretty funny. All right, I don't know. I could go on for another hour probably about this game.
Yeah.
But I would probably rather just go back and play it some more.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I think everybody should get it, and I think we should scheme up some ideas of what we can do in our group. Was that
Yes.
Prince chiming in?
It is Prince. You heard about the cat ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to figure out some way to get everybody involved. I did start a spreadsheet. It's in our Facebook group
Yeah, I saw that.
that people can edit and add their codes to.
Right.
That's really the easiest way to search out a particular course. Is it gives you a code for that course, and you can type that code in and find it. So we'll keep that going. Nintendo did say that they will eventually start deleting unpopular levels just to save server space.
That's probably good. All right, had to do a cat exchange. One had to get out, and one had to come in. Okay,
It's understandable.
yeah. So your levels that are not popular will get deleted.
They may eventually get deleted unless people play them. So people, come on, go play them. They're not that bad.
Can play my levels.
The first level I made, people complained it was too hard.
Yeah.
So sorry. Except for Mason Kramer, he said good job. So
Well, if you got his approval, who else's approval do you need?
well, maybe somebody who can beat it.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Right.
The second level, I haven't really got any other feedback. The second level with the link, only one person beat, although I didn't think it was that hard.
Well, I like it.
Thank you. And the swimming level I didn't make until really late last night, so there hadn't really been a lot of people play it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. So we'll keep going with this Mario Maker stuff.
Yep. This is only the beginning.
That's right. Well, you have anything else you would like to say?
No, I wish I had more to say,
Yeah.
and I will in the future.
Yes.
We'll keep updating on as shows go on, and like once I get the game, we'll continue to talk about it. We may even have to make a segment, a Mario Maker segment.
Hey, actually, yeah, we may.
Every
Especially
episode.
if people start making a lot of levels and you and I get to play some of the D-Padders levels.
Yeah.
We may have to make a little segment, just while the game's
weekly-
popular at least,
Yeah, a weekly Mario Maker segment.
where we talk about the courses that the D-Padders have made that we've played.
Right. Oh man, I'm getting ideas like crazy. I'm even thinking like videos of us playing the D-Padders levels, and this could really catch on and be a big thing.
Yeah, let's not get too carried away.
Yeah.
I mean, we
okay,
do still
okay.
have like jobs and school and
That's
family.
True. That's true.
So
I just quit everything. Nope.
we just become professional Mario Maker players
Yeah.
that make no money.
That reminds me of our days in high school when we had like tons of homework and we would just play video games.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that this time. I'm almost done. I can't drop the ball now.
Me too.
I'm like on the 4-yard line.
Me, I'm too invested. There's too much loan money now involved.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
So, okay. Well, anything else? Any parting wisdom for the Mario Maker players out there?
I would say keep playing and get on the Facebook group, find that spreadsheet, and add your levels to it because I want to play them.
All right. Well,
All right.
you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and all the social media outlets. You obviously could get us on our webpage, nintendodudes.com, nesdudes.com, and twodudesinanes.com. And you can always call us at
775-7-RETRO-1.
right. And we have music coming for the next game. It continues to be Ninja Turtles.
It's good music. It's good music.
Yeah, it's one of the best It's one of the best NES games music, in my opinion. But it's
we're gonna have to eventually record that show with those Turtleflakes guys, aren't we?
Yeah. So scheduling issues abound.
Yeah.
Not just with them, but with us too. It's just,
yeah. It's not just them; it's us too.
Yeah. So we'll get it eventually. Hopefully, actually after this episode, the next game will be Ninja Turtles, but we'll see. I'm not making any promises.
Yeah. Hopefully. All right. Well, good music. Here it is. See you guys next time.